Hey guys, welcome back to Creativity and Inspiration. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're having a great day. If you're new, welcome to my channel. We're so happy you found us. I want to take just a moment and say just because I'm making a video and posting it today is not to make light of Hurricane Milton, those people in Florida, and the path of Milton, as well as the victims of Hurricane Helena, are very much on my mind. I'm actually working on a fundraiser to help artists in the areas that will be and have been affected, as well as animals. So please note this is just for entertainment. If people are riding out the hurricane, which I hope you're in a spot where it's safe to do so. If you have power and you're watching this, I hope it entertains you. And if you've evacuated, again, this is just meant for entertainment. But please, please know everyone is in my thoughts. Okay, so today's video is all about making inspiration cards, whether you're an artist or a paper crafter. These ideas will work for you. I'm excited, so we're going to jump into the video. Okay, guys, there is a mess on my tray as usual, but these are all great things to make your own artist or paper crafter inspiration cards. So first, let's talk about the actual card part of the inspiration card. So I'll get all this other stuff off the tray. So I have these plain, this is just cardstock. It's 4x6 that I guess I had cut earlier for a different project, and I didn't use them. There's quite a few here. And then I have some just vintage playing cards. And you can use either one, whether you make them out of cardstock or you use vintage playing cards. You could use, if you have a ton of blank tags, you could use tags. I want something that I can put in a box and put out of the way. Now, I don't have the original box for my playing cards. You could go get a set of playing cards from the Dollar Tree and do this if you wanted to. And if you're going to use the playing cards, though, remember, playing cards have a slick, kind of almost, they have a coated surface on them, which is great if you buy playing cards from a thrift store or an estate sale. You can actually wash them or wipe them off with a rag with hot soapy water and then a rag with clean water. You could use a Lysol wipe or Clorox wipe on them and then let them dry, and then spray them with Lysol if you want to and let them dry. So cards can be cleaned, and that's why they are coated. But to do what we're going to do today, if you're going to use playing cards to make inspirational deck for yourself, you're going to need to take a piece of sandpaper and just lightly pull it over your card. And I don't know if you can see that. See that? And that's just taking off the slick off the card. Then your glue, your paper, your paint, and everything will hold better. So if you're going to use actual playing cards, remember you need to sand them so they don't have that slick surface, so all of your crafting materials will attach. But I'm going to use my 4x6 cards, but I'm not going to keep them 4x6. Those are too big, and like I said, I want something that will fit in a box. And I just happen to have this box here, so I'm going to use that for my deck of inspiration cards. So I'm going to cut these in half and make 2x3 cards. So I'm going to just mark the half point. And like I said, there's 6 across, so I'm going to mark it at 3. There we go. And I'm just going to come to 3 and mark it. And then I'm going to cut. And the first one I'm going to cut 1 at a time. Then after that I may do 2 at a time. So there are my 2x3 cards. This is going to be perfect size for inspiration cards. Or if you heard me talk in a previous video about paint swatch cards, these are also a great size. Again, I have this box. I don't know where I got it. I just always save little boxes. And it's going to be perfect for my inspiration deck. They're going to fit nicely. And you can make your inspiration deck as big or as small as you want. So what would you put in your inspiration deck? Well, I mean, what inspires you? Or what is the inspiration deck for? Let's start there. Maybe you're having an off paper crafting time or an off art time. You can't think of anything to do. Maybe you just want to play. You can get your inspiration deck and just spread them out and draw one out with your eyes closed and use that card to create with, whether it's in a sketchbook, a painting, or a journal page, a journal layout, ephemera. Maybe you're creating a Friendsgiving and you want some cool name tags, you know, for the table. Whatever. Use it for whatever you need it to be for. So what would I put on my inspiration deck? Well, I've already told you. I would do paints. I would, maybe not one of every color, but maybe a few colors. I would just put a swatch of this purple. Actually, I'm making a paint swatch, so I would have a separate deck of paint colors. But if you don't paint and you just have some colors that you find you use a lot, just put them on the card like that. You could also put a lighter version and a darker version if you want to. You don't have to, but that's an option. And on the back, once it dries, I would flip it over and just write the name of the color. You can also do this with all of your inks. Add in a little alcohol, get a fun pattern going, and then once it dries, flip it over and write what ink you used, if you added alcohol or water to get the pattern. Washi tape. You could always make a washi tape card. Something fun like layering washi tape to give it some interest, and maybe a trick you might want to use on a journal page or in your next mixed media art page. So I have this roll, which is words and all different stuff, and I've got it torn crazy, so I'm trying to find the, where is the end of it? Heck. Oh, there we go. Okay. See, I have some torn crazy, and I'm just gonna tear it like that, and I'm gonna put it down, and then I think I'll come in with a more bold seasonal tape, maybe since it's fall, and do a little shorter piece and layer it like that. And then add just a hint of my gold right here, like that. And then, okay, that's a great look. So that's gonna inspire me. And I might put what washi tapes I use, maybe not, because I can see. So that's an inspiration card. Another inspiration card might be to put some borders, different types of borders down. On one side, I might glue this border down, and then on the other side, I might put little puzzle pieces around it and have a card that is inspired by borders for pages, for artwork. Of course, you could always decoupage a little bit of napkin on a card That way you see how it looks, you get the feel for it, and see if you like it. So napkin is an option. If you have some old images that you like to maybe use to draw on other pages in your journals, or maybe just use them some way as mixed media or birds. This one's birds. This is old, from the 1950s. You can create some type of layout to use those. And what I'm going to do though is I'm going to create a layered inspiration card, and I'm going to use basic layering materials. And then I have this stuff of fall here, so let me go in here and see what I've got. Paper clips. We'll attach a paper clip to it. A bread closure, that's fall looking. Let's see what else. Maybe a leaf. Maybe the colors. Maybe this leaf. Okay. Maybe we'll use a little bit of this. And then the rest of this I'm going to move out of the way. Oh, and I'm going to leave an apple. Let's use this one. Let's use that apple because it's orange. And this layering mixed media would be great inspiration. Oh, I have a purple. Okay, I'm using purple. And what I do is just glue this all down. So let me get my glue so we can glue it all down. And then we're gonna layer some of this up. And see, these are stickers. You can use stickers. You can use whatever you want to create inspiration cards. You can use playing cards or game pieces. So let's get the glue. My glue, and this, if you're new, when I'm creating, unless I need it to really super hold, I use Elmer's glue. It's inexpensive and it works. I did a comparison of glues, and I'll link that in the card above if you want to go watch it. I tested expensive glues, and I'm sorry, but Elmer's glue is just as good. And like I said, it's not as expensive. It lasts a long time. You just get a lot of bang for your buck with Elmer's glue. Let me use a sticker. Let's put just some plain paper. Go. Now I'm going to put maybe I'm going to use a little bit more of this tissue. Right here. As you can see, I'm just layering what I call my base papers. And if you're new, what I consider base papers are all these. What I laid down first on the surface just to create a nice base. They don't have to really be what I want to be the final thing showing, but they're covering for the most part. And they don't have to be perfect. Okay. Oops, now it's stuck on my finger. All right, I'm going to put this down. These are my stickers. I'm going to put them down kind of over to the side like that. I'm going to use my bread right there. I use my bread thing over to the side a bit, kind of like that. Maybe I'll do it up here. I've got an idea. Yeah, I'll do it up there, but I want to cover up. Okay, I'm gonna put my little bread tie up at the top here. Okay, and I'm gonna put it right here, kind of in the center. I'm gonna put my leaf in the center of my stickers. I had a sticker on the back, but I'll probably end up gluing it down. And then I'm going to come in around the edges of everything with some more stickers. But I'm going to trim off all the paper hanging over the edges. So I'm going to trim all this off. Oh, see the leaf. I'll glue it down in just a second. I didn't think it was going to stick. It looked like the stick was worn off. Okay, as you can see, I just trimmed everything down. So let me add a little glue to this. It looked dried up for sure. What I may do is take the sticker off then, because it wasn't working, and I'm going to put the glue right on the leaf. And yes, Elmer's glue will hold this little wood leaf down. Awesome. Put that there, and then around the edges, I'm going to come in with this border right here. This one right here. And I'm going to cut it. Okay. And I'm going to cut it again in this corner. So I have two opposite corners. And I'm going to take this corner and put it up here across the top and partway down the side like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take this corner and put it down here like that. And there we go. There is our mixed media piece to inspire us maybe for fall. Maybe we're doing a vintagey vibe. You know, whatever. But you notice I put my bread tie up here. It has a hole in the center. So what I was thinking is I would get my hole punch. Come and get in that center of that bread tie right there. Poke the hole. And because I'm going to put this in a deck, I'm not going to put a lot of, but I want to get the sari silk in there too, because again, it's just more inspiration. And that's what this card is about, inspiration. And then you let all these dry. And if you're using plain cards and you have their box, you can put them back in their box. If you're making your own set, you know, you can find little boxes maybe to fit them. You can use little clear bags from other things if you want to. Up to you. I have this little box that I just saved that's going to be perfect. So I have this one that I use washi tape. That's inspiration. I can make some notes on the front or just on the back if I want to. I could do a second inspiration here if I wanted to. I have my paint. I could put a light and a dark version of this on here as well. And then on the back, I would put the title of my paint. And if the light and dark versions are on here, what I mixed with it to create those. This is a great mixed media example. I used fall colors, so on the back I would probably make a small note of everything I used. And my inspiration, fall or vintage, whatever. I think it came out super cute. What do you guys think about our inspiration cards? Another idea for an inspiration card, don't forget, is you could put actual photos, or you could put die cuts. You could put book images if you wanted to. Stickers, which we did. You can use lace if you want to. Remember our borders. You can do a border inspiration card. Oh, and don't forget our purple to add I forgot our paper clip. You can add paper clips too if you wanted to. Just to give it a different look, to add a pop of color. The shape can be inspiration. Whatever you want to do. Maybe I'll turn that around this way. But don't forget, paper clips work great too. There we go. And it's another color. I'm going to use our border. I'm going to glue this border down on this side. Then you could draw a border on the other side. You could add a different border, another sticker border. You could do, you know, whatever you want. Everybody's different, and that's great because everybody's going to use their inspiration cards differently. Okay, there's one border, and on the back, I would do another one. Let that dry. You can make one if you like shiny stuff and put a row of, not the whole thing, you don't want to waste it, but maybe a couple of rows on one. And then if you had pearls, you could, or some of those stick-on beads, you could add those on if you wanted to. If you had blinged out snowflakes or flowers and you want that to be inspiration, that's a mixture of crochet, a snowflake, and some bling. You could put that on there. Just remember, however thick you make these, your box will need to be able to hold them, if you, or a rubber band. Totally up to you. And you can always combine different things. Like here we combined stickers, our mixed media, a wood piece, a paper clip, and some sari silk. All of that's great inspiration. Again, this will just cut off a little piece and you can glue your bling down. And I have some more bling, so this would be my bling card. All of the bling. I might put the gold washi on here too, because it's bling too. So let's get that back out. The gold washi. So this will be my bling inspiration card. And I might put washi tape, on, gold washi on the back. I don't know what you call that. I call it like bling ribbon there. And just remember, if you use playing cards, don't forget to sand them. So if you decoupage or glue papers or whatever, it'll stick, or if you paint. Because if you don't, it's just going to wipe right off. Going to hop on too. You can also use these index cards if you can find them at an estate sale or thrift store. But again, they're slick, so you will need to sand them down. But you could even use the letters at the top for whatever you're putting on the index card or the Rolodex card. So this is an option for an inspiration card deck as well. So guys, that was my idea for an inspiration card deck for you, whether you're a paper crafter or an artist. They're virtually interchangeable. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button with that little bell and click all. A lot of great ideas coming your way, and I'm excited. If you look down below, there is a join button now. There are 2 groups you could join. One is Sketchbook Party, where once a month we will get together, either a video just for the members to sketchbook with me, and you'll get a photo to sketchbook from, or we'll do a live. The second level is our junk journal hangout, and it is to get together once a month, whether it's a video or a live, and we will do a whole spread. These will be ideas that you haven't seen and won't see anywhere else except if you're a member of Junk Journal Hangout. So that's all down below. You can check it out. Also, don't forget, I have a Patreon, and over there I've added 2 new membership levels too. There is a $10 Junk Journal Party level over there. You can go read about that. And there is a Junk Journal Lover level over there as well. I will say the Junk Journal Lover level, twice a year we'll get a package from me that is a junk journal kit with everything in there you will need except for glue, tape, and wax thread to put together your journals. So you can go check everything out over on my Patreon, and you can click the join button below and just read about the levels. If you click it, it does not mean you're joining. It just means you can see what the levels are. Guys, I'm super excited that I've reached this level and to be able to offer these things to you. I hope you will join me either as an artist or as a junk journaler, because we're going to have an awesome time. Thanks for being here. You guys on YouTube are my world, and I super appreciate you. If you've made it this far, leave me the comment down below. Positive vibes. We are sending positive vibes to Florida for sure. So please, if you've watched to this point, leave positive vibes down below in the comments. Also, don't forget, I am going to do a fundraiser for Florida artist and North Carolina artist from Helena and Milton hurricanes, and for animals that were caught in those hurricanes. I'll have more information on here about that probably on our video on Friday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.